Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Through the Bullshit. I am your host, Dr. Stephanie Snyder, and I am a high performance mentor. Through my unique blend of strategy, mindset, and intuition, I help men and women to cut through the BS in order to create the life and business they desire. So let's dive in today. Per usual, I got a whole bunch of downloads while I was swimming. But I was just kind of connecting in before I hit record here. And what we're going to talk about is the fact that you're not missing the plan, right? There isn't some beautiful, great plan out there that you don't have the secret to. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you can go onto chatbot, GPT, whatever it's called, right? The AI thing. There's AI everywhere. And you can say, create a 7-day plan for such and such, or create a 12-month training schedule for a triathlon, right? And it will spit out a plan for you in about 35 seconds or less, right? I know because I've done it. That's how I came up with my own training schedule for my triathlon. It spit out a plan for me. I modified it and tweaked it a little bit, but it's not the plan that you're missing. It is the follow through. Let me say that again. You're not missing a plan. You can go get a plan right now of something that you have in your head that you want to achieve. It is the follow through that's lacking. And this will be your greatest success in your entire life. If you can trust yourself to learn to follow through, you can create anything. So how do you get to a point where you can actually follow through with this plan? Okay, this is what I talk about a lot because I was actually I did a discovery call the other day with a client, potential client. It didn't end up being a good fit, and that's fine. But we were on a discovery call, and this client knew exactly what he wanted. He was missing the support and the accountability to get there. And that is like most of us. We know what we want to do. We have a pretty good idea of what that's going to look like. The plan's not the issue. It is the follow through that trips us up. This is why so many people try every single diet under the sun. This is why people try different exercise programs. This is why people will write down the same goals every year for New Year's, right? It is not the plan that we lack. It is our ability to follow through. So how the heck do we start to follow through? Well, part of that is going to be working on your beliefs. Do you think it's actually possible? Right? That's going to be a big thing. If you don't think it's actually going to be possible to lose the weight, you're going to really struggle to create that follow through. It's not going to happen. You're going to be like, well, it's not really worth it. I don't believe that I can actually do it. Okay, so how do you begin to create the follow through? Well, let's talk about this. So the follow through is simply those daily action steps. And here's the deal. If you've made a plan, you've gone on into, you've created a plan, you found your plan, it's the implementation that you have to be ridiculously honest with yourself about, right? So full transparency, I got my triathlon training plan. I typed it into chatbot GPT. It spit out a 12-month training plan for me with bike, swim, run, those kinds of workouts, right? And I started this back in August. Okay, we're now end of October. There has not been one single week that I have followed that training plan to a T. Not one. And here's why. The training plan has me working out 6 days a week. Well, we are in the midst of soccer season, and so workouts on Saturdays and Sundays are not always going to have the time. I don't always have the space for that. And so While I haven't followed it to a T in August, September, October, 3 months, okay, I have worked out 4 to 5 days a week every single week. And that is a win to me because I'm noticing my times are decreasing, I'm getting stronger, I'm feeling better, right? And so while I may not be following that plan to a T, I am honest with myself about what I'm actually able to do. Now, if I'm able to add in that extra workout on the weekends, that's awesome. I love that. And if I'm not, I don't beat myself up for it because life happens and I am adaptive to it. So when it comes to this follow through, 1, get the plan. 2, figure out how much time can you actually commit to this thing? Can you commit to workouts 6, 7 days a week? Can you actually commit to adding vegetables to every single one of your meals? Can you commit to showing up on social media 5 to 7 days a week? Or I will never forget, I saw this woman, she was talking about growing her TikTok account. And she was like, oh yeah, I create, 50 pieces of content a day for TikTok. And I was like, you what? Like, no part of me wants to do that. That just feels exhausting in and of itself, right? Now, could I? Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to, but what could I do? Well, for me, showing up here, recording a YouTube video, recording my podcast, using that to then begin to move into the social media posting, that's what I can do. That's what I have the space for, the capacity for, before I overthink it and talk myself out of it. Because here's what is going to happen. You're going to get the plan, okay? Whatever it is, if it's to make $10,000 a month, if it's to lose 20 pounds this month, whatever it is, there is a plan that you can find for that. Go find the plan. Then sit down with the plan and say, okay, can I reasonably do this? Will this plan add to my life, or is this going to add to overwhelm? Because if it's going to add to overwhelm, you're going to talk yourself out of it. There will be zero follow through. Zero follow through. I know that from experience. So maybe you look at the plan and you're like, you know what? I don't have the 2 hours that this plan recommends that I do for this, but you know what? I can pull 20 minutes. I can pull 20 minutes out of my day, make 20 minutes out of my day to do that thing. And it's going to feel awkward at first. It's going to feel weird. Your mind muscles are going to be sore because you're doing something different. Your body might be sore depending on what it is, right? 20 minutes is not a lot of time in one day. But 20 minutes over the course of a month, over the course of a year, over the course of 3 years is an incredible amount of time for you to achieve something. Again, when I first started my coaching business, my youngest was 5 months old, 6 months old, so early 2018. So she was baby. So I had a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, okay? So I worked what was called the nap time hustle. And I knew that I did not have an exorbitant amount of time to spend doing content creation. I didn't. Full-blown mom mode, right? Didn't have a bunch of time to do it. And so I committed to 20 minutes. Now, sometimes that 20 minutes was locked in the bathroom. Sometimes that 20 minutes was while I was nursing. Sometimes that 20 minutes was sitting in the car for the pickup line, right? Like, it didn't matter where I was. That 20 minutes was a non-negotiable for me because I knew I wanted to grow my business, and I knew if I just did 20 minutes a day, that would propel me forward. I talk with my kids about this. You don't have to spend hours and hours a day outside working on the thing that you love, right? Golf, soccer, whatever it is that my kids love. 20 minutes a day is more than zero. And that's the point, right? You can read a book in 20 minutes a day. Will you finish the whole book in 20 minutes? No, not unless it's like 4 pages long, right? But it builds upon itself, and then you have this strong foundation where when you accomplish that thing, you've built trust with yourself, and you've said, you know what, now I can do this thing because I did that thing. And that thing only took me 20 minutes a day, and so I can do this thing because it's only going to take me 20 minutes a day. And that is how you encourage yourself to have that follow through. Because again, it is not the plan that you were lacking. You can find the plan. You can make the plan. You can tweak the plan. The plan can look any way that you want it to look. The follow through will be probably the hardest thing for some of you to do. And if the plan is the hard thing, you're like, I got follow through down, just give me the plan. Okay, go ask AI. Or follow somebody else's plan, because chances are someone else has already created the thing that you want to create, and there's a plan out there. If you're looking to go from sitting on the couch to running a 5K, there are plans out there. If you're looking to lose 10 pounds or to gain a 6-pack, there are plans out there. If you want a better booty before the holidays, there's a plan out there. Google it. Talk to AI. Right? Like, there is a plan out there. You don't have to sit there and rack your brain over the plan. Then once you have the plan in front of you, full disclosure, I just did this, right? I am looking to increase my engagement on Instagram. So I went on AI and I said, hey, what are the top 7 ways to increase engagement on Instagram rather? Typed it in, it spit out these 7 different points, and I went, don't like that one, don't like that one, love that one, I'll do that one, perfect, great, wrote it down. Cool. Now I have the plan. Now the follow through is going to be the hardest part. I use quotation marks there, okay? Because I know for the first couple of weeks, this is going to take some getting used to creating these different kinds. Do I do it already? Yes, on some level. But to be more specific in these, it's going to take a little bit of extra brain power to be like, okay, what am I writing about today? What am I sharing on social media about today? Right? It's going to take a couple weeks to get used to it. And then I'll be like, cool, done, followed through. Next thing. Right? Because it's growth over a lifetime. You are going to continue to grow. So working on that follow through, and if you need somebody to help with the follow through, that is okay. We are humans and it happens, right? You can go back and listen to the previous episode I recorded about who you're going to call, right? There is somebody that you can call that will help you be accountable. Whether it's a mentor that you pay, whether it's a girlfriend that you text, right? There is someone that can help to hold you accountable. Okay? For me, and I know this about myself, I'm really good at holding myself accountable if it's something I truly want. If it's something I don't really want, I'm going to struggle to hold the accountability, but at the same time, I don't really want it. So it doesn't matter so much to me. Right? Okay. So for all of you, whatever it is that you want to achieve, here is your homework assignment. I want you to find a plan. Go on to Google, to AI, whatever it is, find a plan for the thing that you want to achieve. And then review it. Look at it objectively and say, okay, how does this fit into my life right now? Not after the holidays, not after this season, right now. How can you take action on that thing right now? How can you start it tomorrow? And then 3, if you need accountability for it, ask someone. Reach out to somebody. My guess is that you're in a Facebook group of people that have similar interests, and you can be like, hey, I'm looking for an accountability partner for this. Are you interested? And I guarantee you somebody's going to be like, oh, absolutely. I could actually use an accountability partner for that. Done and done. Okay? So, it is not the plan you're lacking. It is the follow through. And a nice little caveat here, figure out if it's something that you really want before you do all of these things, so that you can continue to build the trust with yourself. It's okay to not want something. It's also okay to want something. So what is the thing that you really want? Get the plan, review it objectively, and implement it. Easy as pie. Probably easier than pie. All right, I'm sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And as always, be you, because the world needs more of you. Bye.